listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Doctor Who After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Doctor Who After Show.
Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another episode of Doctor Who, Season 7, Episode 9, Cold War.
Cold War!
I like the way you say it better.
Yes, Cold War.
That's really nice.
The two things in life served cold: war and revenge. Also, also gazpacho. Gazpacho is also a dish best served cold. Oh.
What? You've been waiting all week to do that.
No, I haven't. I swear I do.
have a little bit.
I do improv for a living, Jenna. There is no money in it. There is no money at the top of Improv Mountain. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Wow. Yeah. So we are talking about Cold War, an episode that I really, really like, and that Jenna apparently has mixed feelings about.
There are some mixed feelings.
Yes. I thought it was an aggressive episode. It's easily the best episode that Mark Gatiss has done.
I agree
ever.
with that. Yes.
Ever.
I totally agree with that.
I typically, and I love Sherlock. I hate his episodes. Idiot's Lantern is one of, 2 episodes that I skip every time I do a series rewatch.
That is funny, because I love Sherlock also.
Yeah. But his Doctor Who episodes have never done it for me. This one did.
Yeah.
As we had the Doctor and Clara, thinking they were on their way to Las Vegas, wind up in a submarine, a Russian nuclear submarine, under the sea in the 1980s with an evil ice warrior who might perhaps not that evil. Perhaps he is just misunderstood.
Oh, if he looked like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So the Ice Warriors,
yes.
Not seen since the 3rd Doctor adventure, The Monster of Peladon in 1974. They look a little different, a little older, a little bolder.
A little rubbery.
Well, in the face.
In the face.
In the face, made of CGI.
Yes.
Which I loved the suit. I thought that was cool. I thought the character of Skeldak was really cool. And I thought that the episode was really tense. I liked and didn't like that the TARDIS just disappeared for.
I did not like that.
I was just like, what? Why are they doing that? All right, I guess the stakes are higher now.
Yeah.
As but you know what? Everybody, we're critics, so we're supposed to be like, okay, that's convenient.
Yeah, I thought it was a little silly. I thought maybe some better explanation. I don't know.
Yeah, they could. Well, that's it. And I'll get mad at Mark Gatiss for that, because you could come up with a million explanations for that you could supply when it happened.
Right, not at the end of the
episode. So that we're not
episode.
Thinking about it for the whole episode.
That's why it bothered me. It's not that it disappeared, because sure, if you have a reason for it, I'm fine with it. You want to raise the stakes that way? That's great. Just tell me why.
Yeah.
Or make it part of the story, trying to figure it out, whatever. And now it's at the South Pole. And honestly, I was more interested to see them journey from the North Pole to the South Pole than I was in the entire episode. But to be fair, I'm not a big fan of things like Hunt for Red October and this is a big part of it for me. Okay. I am extremely claustrophobic underwater. I can't scuba. I can't look at submarines.
I get it now. Okay.
So
you're just the wrong person to be reviewing this episode.
I was not the correct audience for this episode.
You were not the intended audience. I thought it was great, and as much as people compare it to Red October, the movie that to me it evoked the most was Alien.
Yes, no, it definitely did, and that movie I love.
Yes, like once Skaldak got out of his suit, which was a great reveal, because we were not expecting him to ever be able to leave, because like it was chained up. It was a chained up suit. How did he get free? Well, it opens and it snapped the chains. Yeah. Fine. And you know, hiding him was a smart move because like I was really afraid of this monster and also really looking forward to seeing his face. But then when they showed his face, it's such a dumb-looking face.
So dumb.
It's such a dumb-looking face.
So
you could have picked any face on the face of the planet. You could have picked a million different faces, but that's the one you picked?
I know.
I'm putting Stephen Moffat on blast because it could, like, legitimately, this is what took what was a 5-star episode for me. The first one, like, since Dinosaurs on a Spaceship anyway, that I'm like, I would revisit this outside of a series rewatch, and you bumped it from 5 stars back down to 4 because you made your monster look stupid.
Sweetie, do you need some chamomile tea?
No!
Perhaps a Xanax?
No Xanax. No Xanax for me.
Oh.
I'll see your Xanax in hell.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
I hope they have Xanax in hell.
I'm only just realizing how mad this made me.
I am.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I was not aware that I was this upset about it till we started this after show, Jenna.
Oh, dear. Perhaps you've had too much coffee?
No.
No?
There
Okay.
will never be enough coffee.
Well, that's true. Okay, but here's what I think about the face. Because, you know, I did makeup for 15 years.
Yes.
So this is a big thing for me. It's too squished in, which makes the face look too cute.
Yeah.
It needs to be elongated. The roundness and the way that the spikes or whatever we're calling the brow ridges.
Yeah, the brow ridges.
They're pointing up a little bit too high and makes them look just slightly surprised. And then the wide mouth, it's too cute fish. It's guppy-like. So it needs to be elongated. If it had been elongated, it might have been a little scarier.
Yeah, it's just the
dumb.
And also after such a great practical suit, why resort to the CGI rubber face and rubbery CGI face at that? Yeah. You know, they do such great work with the Silurians, which are also a reptilian race. You know, I feel like
so fantastic.
A practical effect would have been really, really effective there, and really brought some humanity to this character who we were empathizing with when we're just when at the climax when the Doctor and Clara are convincing him not to blow up the planet. Yeah, like we just went through this whole journey with Skaldak, discovering that he's been trapped for 5,000 years. You know, getting attacked, having his honor called upon, and carrying that out to that end when he realizes that he's alone in the universe, then coming this close to the brink, mutually assured destruction, and then discovering that his people are alive. If not for that rubbery, guppy face, this episode would have been an instant stunner.
Well, okay, so there were a couple of problems that I had with it. And I'm not saying that I didn't that I hated the episode, because I did not. Okay. I mean, and
I didn't either. Like I'm mad about the face because of how much I loved everything else. Yeah. And the face was in like that last 3 minutes. Yeah. Everything but the last 3 minutes was 5 stars through the roof.
Okay, so, well, and as I said, I do have the claustrophobic thing. I don't like submarines. I don't like movies about submarines, things filmed in submarines. Father Wizard just tweeted us saying that it must have been a really cramped shoot, and even hearing that makes my skin crawl. Wow. So there's that. But there are a couple of things. First of all...
Remind me to never have you fetch anything from an attic.
Do you think I would fetch anything anyway?
No. I mean,
I would send minions to fetch things.
I mean, all right, well, if I needed help moving.
No, attics are acceptable.
Okay.
As long as you don't have to have me fetch something from a submarine, we're totally good.
Okay, Rogue 9A makes a fair point. He says, blame the BBC CGI team for the Ice Warrior's face, not Stephen Moffat. But I will say this, the man had to approve the design at some point.
It's true.
Even if he did not animate it frame by frame himself, the man's the executive producer on the show. Him and Carol Skinner or Eliza Skinner.
Should look that up.
I will look it up.
Okay.
Caroline Skinner. He and Caroline Skinner are the executive producers of the show. They approve every decision that is made on the show. Someone approved the face. We're moving on from the face.
Yes. Okay, so here is one thing that bothered me.
Okay.
Stupid young Russian man looks at that block of ice with that shadow in it and thinks that could totally be a mammoth.
I know, but
really?
Well,
mammoth?
Yeah.
Elephant, human shape, humanoid.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe it was half a mammoth, and it
looked like a person.
Sealed off by the ice. I would disagree.
It looked like a person.
It looked like a shape. They have been
like a person shape.
Jenna, they have been on a submarine forever. Cut them some slack.
So then it should start to look like a woman.
Yes.
Not a mammoth.
Why do you think he was trying to free it from the ice?
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he wants to have sex with a mammoth?
Yes.
A dead mammoth?
He does.
As opposed to the other kind.
Well,
those are the live kind that are just wandering around.
Okay. I could say a million things, but I won't.
But that was a thing.
But you know what? That moment was sold for me because of the guy that they cast as that dumb guy who's going to release it from the ice.
Convincingly dumb.
Yes, convincingly dumb and arrogant and just like, douchey.
Right. But also, like, someone will figure out that you did it.
Whatever. He thinks that nothing's going to come of it.
I can't wait to see the mammoth.
It's dead.
Also, like, that's really exciting, but I can't wait a few more days to see a mammoth.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Well, but
if you're on, they've been on this sub for an undetermined amount of time. They get very little entertainment. Nothing changes. So
dead animals is totally the way to go.
Well, but I mean, like, you just talked about how it's cramped and there's no space. Imagine seeing the same people in the same cramped space forever, and then something changes. You're going to want to screw around a little bit.
And destroy the ancient mammoth with a blowtorch.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, okay.
We had some great... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, okay. So then there was the language thing, which was explained but bothered me in the beginning of the episode. As I said in the last podcast that we did, the language thing. And like I said, it was explained.
I thought it was very effective in this episode.
Oh, no, once it was explained, yeah.
Okay.
But in the first couple minutes, I was
because it didn't work in the last episode, you were bothered that it just worked again?
Well, no, I was just bothered in the beginning because I was like, oh, we're doing the language thing again. This is a Russian sub? Okay, but Liam Cunningham is in this. Now, guys, I do have to say this was an incredible cast. Liam Cunningham from Game of Thrones.
And David Warner.
Yeah, but I mean, I know Liam Cunningham because I watch Game of Thrones obsessively, and so... I think of him with this, and he has a strong British accent, and I recognize him, so I didn't jump right to Russian, and that bothered me a little. Again, they explained it, and then it was fine. But that was a thing that bothered me. One other thing that bothered me is at the end of the episode, they're all standing outside. You know, they're almost at the North Pole, wearing kind of, they don't seem cold to me.
You know what, Jenna? Again, just...
Put your hands on your shoulders and shiver a little.
It's a show about a time-traveling alien.
Well,
Cut them some slack.
But cold happens.
Yeah.
They still have cold.
Yeah.
Just, like, it was a small thing. It wasn't the writing. Like, just shiver. Seem chilly.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm sorry. I just had some logic problems.
Well, no, we had a great cast in this episode. Liam Cunningham did a great job as Captain Zhukov.
He's Sir Davos.
Yes, Sir Davos.
The Onion Knight.
The Onion Knight. And he did a great job. Steely resolve. You know, people compared him to Connery in Red October. I see it. Great. David Warner, from Tron and a billion other things, shows up in this episode. And, I didn't recognize him for the first half.
Yeah, I didn't either. And
then I finally realized who it was. I freaked out. Well, I geeked out. And then I was like, why is he in such a small part? Someone tweeted me about this earlier during the taping of the last episode. I'm just like, why is he in this kind of throwaway part? But he does so much with what he's given. And I was tweeted at, I believe, by Father Wizard. Yes, by Father Wizard. Ultravox did break up. They broke up. There was a lineup. One of the original members left in 1987 to establish a solo career. A new lineup led by original band member, keyboard player / violinist Billy Curry formed a new version of the band in 1992, but received very little success. But they reformed in 2008 and performed a series of reunion shows in 2009 and 2010 before releasing the Brilliant album in May 2012. And in November 2013, Ultravox will perform a special guest on a tour date UK Arena tour with Simple Minds.
That's such a lovely story.
Yes, so Ultravox broke up, but they got back together.
You know what? I would just like to point out that we should watch an episode together sometime, because the last episode you cried, this episode you geeked out of your mind. I feel like it might be more entertaining to watch you watch the show than to watch the show itself.
It's entertaining to watch me watch anything because I can't help myself. You should have seen me watch, and I will get back on topic immediately, but you should have seen me watch the Man of Steel trailer, the new one, because literally, like, my face changed over the course of it. Just like, I stopped breathing and my mouth got bigger and more like a smile until I literally was holding myself shaking during the last minute of that.
Dude, I was on the set of that, and I wasn't as excited as I was when I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
I agree. Also, I would like to point out, somebody is asking if we are having phone issues this evening because they're trying to call in.
I'm not sure. We are in Studio B.
Yes, we are checking. We are checking.
We are looking into it.
I believe we have them online.
Oh, we do.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Oh, wow, I'm just realizing there's a huge delay on my stream right now. It's funny.
What's your name out there in cyberspace?
I am Soren Chris, 137.
Oh, hey, Soren
hey!
Chris, 137. You gave us some great tweets earlier. Thanks for that.
Yes, and we did pick the other one apart. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, do you guys think that there could be any relationship to these ice warriors and what happened in the waters of Mars with the ice monster infection thing?
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that.
I hadn't considered that. It occurred to me while watching the Waters of Mars, while watching this episode, why didn't they reference the Ice Warriors in the Waters of Mars? But that's very interesting. I think that theory would hold more credence if the Ice Warriors had in fact been exterminated.
Yeah.
If they had been made extinct. But then again, that episode takes place later on in the in the overall chronology. It takes place in the early 2100s, I believe. So that very well could have wiped out the Ice Warriors by that time. That is an interesting comment.
That's actually really cool. I will do some investigating. But guys on Twitter, if you have any thoughts on that, let us know.
Yeah, hit us up.
Because Christian, that was very awesome.
That's an awesome thought, dude.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You feel free to send us all of your theories.
Yeah, we love theories. We love theories at AfterBuzz Central. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Movie and fan base, AfterBuzz.
Yeah, man. Any other choice thoughts on this episode?
I'd have to say River's red sonic screwdriver reference. Nice bring-in.
Where did you notice that?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that.
I noticed this on Reddit, actually. People were mentioning that in Science in the Library, Reverse tells the Doctor to use his
the red
setting on a
settings. The red
screwdriver.
settings, yeah.
And the sonic screwdriver turned red at one point in this.
I did notice
Cold
it turned
War,
red,
when
yeah.
Huh.
I didn't know. I don't really know what's going on, and apparently it can turn red now.
Well, I mean, apparently it can have turned red. It has been able to turn red for quite some time. They just don't do it. But it's interesting. I wonder if that was indeed deliberate or if that was just like a blooper.
Yeah, because I did notice it. I'm just looking. I'm looking online as well, but I did notice that it turned red, and it was when he was holding it up and it was open.
Right. Now, what function was it performing at the time when it turned red?
He was threatening Skaldak that he was going to detonate the bombs.
Okay, so the red settings potentially could be to vibrate atoms.
Yep. Also, I do want to point out, sorry, I just went to a bad place. Matt Smith apparently referenced that during a Comic-Con panel, saying it would turn you into an orangutan.
Fair enough. The red, so you heard it here. The red settings will turn you into an orangutan. So the Doctor was bluffing the whole time. He wasn't going to blow up the missiles. He was going to turn Skaldak into an orangutan.
Those things are dangerous. I don't know if that would help would have helped.
Can orangutans press buttons?
Orangutans can press buttons. The question is, would it be interested in the button?
They also rip your face off.
They also rip your face off.
So.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that actually wouldn't have helped their situation at all.
No.
At all. That would have been a poor use of the red settings. Poor use of the red settings.
But thank you for pointing that out, because that was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Right, I think I'm going to go now. Bye.
Okay. See you, bud. Cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. One thing that was fun about watching this episode and then watching Game of Thrones this week is that the actor who played Stepashin, Tobias Menzies, actually wound up on Game of Thrones as Edmure Tully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fun little scheduling coincidence.
Poor Edmure. Oh, Rogue 9A said they did bring up the Ice Warriors in Waters of Mars. The Doctor talks about the Ice Warriors briefly. I will have to rewatch.
Yeah, no.
To see that.
Oh, that's so exciting.
That's really cool.
I love finding out new stuff. You guys are the best.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
So there was. I did want to mention that Duran Duran, "Hungry Like the Wolf," was in there,
which was like a really, really cool. It was cool that they did that, and when Clara sang it, it felt scary.
It did. It also, and the reason I mention it is because when I was a little kid, that song scared the crap out of me.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because they were like howling and they were chasing this woman, and it was.
Oh,
I don't know.
Music video.
Yeah, well, no, just even the song. I remember sitting in the back of my parents' car listening to it. I was really, really little, and I was absolutely terrified. And,
oh, it's a fun song. It's a dancing
song.
Well,
now I love it, but I was little, and that totally scared me. And of course, it made me think of Bad Wolf, and I don't know.
Yeah. For purely selfish reasons, I'm just gonna say I liked Jenna Louise Coleman's dress in this episode.
Aww. What? That's okay. That's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, they hit it after one scene, but then putting her on a sub that's filled with water that's constantly dripping everywhere is a decision that someone could make, is the only comment that I'm going to make about that, because we have a unisex fan base who I respect.
Yeah,
he nodded at the camera.
It's fine. I've thought people were hot on the show before.
Yeah, you thought Matt Smith was
hot.
Yeah,
I do. I totally think he's hot.
She still does.
I still do.
She still does, and that makes it okay.
Yes. Yeah, so you can think Jenna Louise Coleman is hot. That's perfectly acceptable.
Okay. I will.
I mean, in addition to the raging crush you have on her, which you have said.
Yeah, I know, but this scenario exacerbated what was
yes.
What was a schoolboy crush. This crush got his degree and went off to college, or got his diploma and went off to college and became a man.
That's not going to end well.
No, it's not. My crush in college, crazy. The
things they're learning about us this evening.
Yes, people are learning so much about us.
I'm afraid of Duran Duran. You are. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. No, it's best that I don't.
Of the male persuasion. Yeah. No. Anyway, I loved the scene. So we've got Skaldek gets cattle prodded.
Yeah.
Early in the episode, and really effective first scene with the Ice Warrior. The Doctor's trying to calm him down. We don't know what his agenda is. We don't know that we would have been okay if no one had attacked it.
Right.
And he gets cattle prodded by Stepashin, and then we have him in this interrogation room. And I love this whole sequence where they're trying to figure out who should go get her, and Clara volunteers. The Doctor immediately is excited, and then he's like, "No!" Like it hadn't occurred to him, and he's like, "This is a great idea." Shoot, I'm supposed to be protecting. No, you can't do that. And then while she was in there, talking, telling him what the Doctor was saying over the mic, and we assume that he's in the suit, but then he's just somewhere in the room. This whole scene, it was just a very well crafted sequence. And again, I have to compliment Mark Gatiss, who just like I had written him off as a Doctor Who writer.
Yeah.
Like flat out. Like sorry. His episodes are not great, but like the level that the stakes got to in this episode, I think it feels even higher because it's the planet.
Yeah.
It's the planet, and time can be rewritten. I mean, how bonkers would it be if the missiles had gone and now suddenly Doctor Who existed in an alternate timeline?
Ooh.
Like
Ooh.
where the Cold War had ended the world.
Oh.
How bonkers awesome would that be? I mean, well, Clara would no longer exist.
And you'd have 4 arms.
And no, I wouldn't be alive.
Well, you might have survived underground and you would have been one of those creepy things.
But that's assuming that both my parents survived and then still wanted to have a child in a hellish post-apocalyptic landscape.
Hey, they still have kids on Walking Dead.
Fair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fine.
Uh-huh. I'm not saying
Well,
that's a good decision.
That is a selfish decision on their part to
I
have
agree.
children on The Walking Dead.
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Wow, we're having this discussion. But you know, there is something that I have to say as somebody who remembers that time period.
Please enlighten.
Because I'm very old. I remember there being more. It didn't seem quite tense enough to me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not talking about like once everything was going on with the Ice Warrior, but before that, it didn't seem tense enough. That was an incredibly I remember rumors on the playground all the time that we're going to have nuclear war on Tuesday. I don't know. We were less sophisticated.
Well, it
we
was
didn't have the interwebs.
1983. Where was the height of the tension during the 80s? I feel like it was later on, wasn't it?
It depends on what specific moment. Like if there was something going on, it would go up and it would
go up and down all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just struck me that way, and maybe it was because I remember it from when I was little. Mm-hmm. And I guess I don't know. It just seemed too calm.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you have to build somewhere story-wise, but
well, we have. I think with Zhukov as captain, they weren't trigger happy Russians.
Right. No, and I did like that. I think it was just that I just remember this incredible tense feeling, and I don't know if you're honest, and maybe that's also my submarine thing. I don't know. Maybe I was just tense sitting on my sofa watching someone in a submarine. Let's
talk about what Mark Gatiss did for the Ice Warriors and their lore and their portrayal. You know, this was something that he legitimately had to talk Stephen Moffat into. Mm-hmm. He did not want to do Ice Warriors in the new series. He didn't see any reason to bring them back. There wasn't anything interesting to do with them as characters.
Right.
But we have this kind of heartbreaking story about this father who loses his child and everyone that he knows. He gets trapped in ice for 5,000 years, and he thinks that all of his society is dead, and he's the last one trapped in a war that he's going to end, and trying to take him back from the brink. The grief of a father is something that you don't expect from a Doctor Who villain, an alien especially.
Yeah. Yeah, I particularly like that. I also liked that it was his daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just little
and that he had
touches
a connection with Clara because of that.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done.
It was really, really nicely done. And it just, to elevate a goofy costume monster to something of that magnitude shows how much the show has evolved, shows how Mark Gatiss as a writer has evolved. It took the story to a level that it wasn't necessarily in the promos.
Yeah.
You know, it really elevated it to a nice level. And it's a motivation that a lot of the villains don't have. And I would say that it was a far stronger motivation and a far more compelling villain than either of the villains we've been served up in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. And it's a shame we will likely never see him again.
I know. Oh, that makes me sad.
Though, you know,
his face makes you angry, so maybe it's best.
But you know what? If we just keep them in a cold place, they won't get out of the suits. And then we'll never see the faces again, and everything will be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they have time. I mean, you know, next season, they've got time to write that in. And I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean.
They could be.
If you created a show, how could you not at least like until you were driven mad from negativity, how could you not listen to everything that was said about it?
It's true.
That must be the hardest part of living in the public eye as a creator of media.
Oh, there have been plenty of writers who've left Twitter because they can't handle it. I don't know. I mean, I have a sort of a different take on negative criticism or criticism in general, because
you're a critic.
Well, yeah, but I'm not mean.
Fair.
But I think you can get something, like if you believe the negative one, the positive ones, you have to believe the negative ones, and I think maybe you just keep going with whatever your artistic idea is, rather than taking all that into consideration. Although it's hard to do with something like Doctor Who, where you have fans who are so dedicated and so loyal.
Right.
So there's that.
Okay. I'd like to take a moment now to talk about iTunes.
Yes.
Everybody, we do this show. We don't get paid for it.
We do not.
We get to do this show by the saving grace of our fans. We are lucky to have a nice sized fan base, an active fan base who talks to us on a regular basis. And we love doing this show. So if you like our show, please subscribe to us on iTunes and give us a nice comment and a rating. Let us know what you think. Tweet at us or comment on the YouTube videos. We try to see everything that everyone sends to us, and we try to respond to what we can. And we want to keep doing this show as long as we're able to. So let's do this together, huh?
Indeed.
Let's band together like Russians on a submarine, a cramped submarine.
I just want to say, first of all, Christian is going to revisit the beginning of the episode to check out Jenna's dress.
Great.
So you have a
he didn't need me to convince him to do that.
No, probably not. But also, Rogue 9A says that Jenna Louise Coleman is dating Richard Madden, who is Robb Stark.
What?
I cover TV and film, but I do not cover gossip, so I did not know that. But wow, mind blown.
That's an air horn sound. I made that with my mouth.
Are you?
I made that air horn sound with my mouth.
Are you okay?
I am fine.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm so fine. Fine. I am great.
Oh dear.
I'm so great.
You sound fine.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. No.
Well, it's mostly because she hasn't met you yet, Matt. So,
that's true.
I mean, she's met Richard, but she has not met you.
Yeah,
Once
but
she meets you,
I don't turn into a direwolf and murder my enemies.
Well, he doesn't turn into a direwolf. He has a direwolf.
I know, but that's the rumors that are on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that is true.
That he turns into a direwolf at night.
That's true.
Meow.
Oh. So we'll just have to make up a rumor about you. You turn into an ice warrior with a better face.
Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. I was gonna say I turn into a sloth and I sneak by.
Sloths are adorable.
Yeah, and I sneak by things very, very slowly. People, in fact, will carry me into places because they're like, what's this sloth doing here?
Man, I don't know.
Isn't he cute? And then they'll carry me into sensitive areas.
I don't know how she could resist.
And then I'll turn back. And I'll do whatever I was going to do there.
She's helpless against your
helpless
charms.
Against those.
And very long fingernails.
Very long fingernails. As a sloth, not in real life.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Let's not derail this, Jenna. We were doing so good.
We were
doing so well.
I'm going to send you sloth videos every day.
You won't.
Yes, I will.
All right, great. Let's talk predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Now, we made a boo-boo in the last episode.
Yes, we did.
We said that there were only 4 episodes left in the season. We were wrong.
We were.
Because we forgot one of the most important ones, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS.
which I'm very excited for.
Which is in 2 episodes. We've got Hyde up next, which looks very scary.
It really does.
It actually
I'm
does
actually
look
excited
scary.
for it.
I don't know what to expect there. I don't know how it's going to wind up being an alien, because it looks like it's a ghost.
Yeah.
From the preview anyway.
Yep.
Like, even just looking at the run of episode titles, it's just a very strange string of episodes to throw a new companion into.
I know. And again, that's what I've been saying. I think a lot of this would have changed for me if we'd had 13 straight episodes with Clara.
Yeah, but Journey to the Center of the TARDIS is going to be so bonkers great.
Cool.
And I think, I'm pretty sure it's written by Chris Chibnall, if I'm not wrong.
I think so.
Who, I loved his episodes in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
I loved Dinosaur on a Spaceship. And I think over time, The Power of Three is going to be seen as one of the better episodes
I love it.
Of the Matt Smith era. It is an understated episode. It's a different kind of episode for this iteration of the series.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It's effective.
Yeah.
Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. It was written by Stephen Thompson, not by Chris Chibnall.
Oh.
Yes. There will be 3 brothers from an intergalactic salvage crew played by Ashley Walters, Mark Oliver, and Javel Hall. When the TARDIS is invaded by the salvage crew who want to sell it for scrap, the Doctor threatens to destroy the TARDIS, putting it in lockdown, and Clara has to basically fight her way out. Which I don't know what. I assume we're gonna see the pool.
We better see the pool.
We better see the pool somewhere.
We'd be angry if we don't see the pool.
I'd love to see more classic TARDIS rooms.
Yeah.
Like TARDIS control rooms. I want to see wood-paneled Tom Baker TARDIS control room. The one that was only for a small run of episodes.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see where all the clothes are kept.
I want to see the bedrooms. I'm just dirty like that.
I want to see its brain. I want to see the TARDIS's brain. What do you want to see, Jenna?
I don't know. I thought that was really funny.
Okay. Well, it has a brain. Yeah, I want to see that. We're going to get a lot of cool stuff there. And then we've got the Crimson Horror bringing back Strax, Jenny, and Madame Vastra.
Mark Gatiss again.
Mark Gatiss.
And
then we have Neil Gaiman's second episode.
So excited.
Yes, Nightmare in Silver.
Oh, my God.
And potentially The Funeral of River Song.
Yes.
Lots to come. And I think, you know, like, once we get to Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, we've got a run of episodes coming that's really going to knock our socks off.
I think so, too.
And I really can't wait to see them. You know, we're fans first, critics second.
Yes.
And all we want to do is see the show succeed.
So excited.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was very high-pitched.
It wasn't high-pitched enough. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't go any higher. Okay, yes. So, guys, you can follow AfterBuzz on Twitter at AfterBuzzTV. You can follow me at Jenna Busch, B-U-S-C-H, like the beer, not the president. You can find all of my writing, some of the Doctor Who stuff, on voice.fanhattan.com.
Yes, and you can find me at Matt Lieberman on Twitter, MattLieberman. If you want to see online sketch comedy, I'm part of a sketch comedy group called...
Which is awesome.
Called Viewers Like You, VLYTV.com. We have some cool stuff coming out. We have a Mario sketch coming out. We have a Game of Thrones sketch coming out. We have a Harry Potter sketch coming out, I believe, in mid-May. So that should be cool. And if you're in LA and you love live comedy, I am at the iOS Theater the first Sunday of every month at 7:30 p.m. as a member of DJ Fawcett, 6366 Hollywood Boulevard. Tickets are available online at west.ioimprov.com.
Awesome. Well, guys, we can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, so come back.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.